Puna fam, what's good? We're back with the residents. 2-0 win to the Arsenal against Southampton. I don't know. It's 3 points. I'm happy. But these two guys here just told me like they're annoyed. So let's just get into it. So how you guys feeling? You know, it's 3 points, but still, I get where you guys going. So let's just get into
Look,
it.
I think let me kick it off by saying I'm annoyed. It's 3 points, but it's 3 points of a grueling soccer match. I mean, it was painful watching us play the way we did. We could hardly string any passes together. The fluidity was gone. Even our first goal, how it came about, it was a mistake from the keeper. You know what I mean? At one point, we take off Pepe. Granted, he wasn't effective. You put on Willock. I mean, really, I know he scored a goal, but even my 7-year-old daughter could have scored that. I mean, really, this was poor. It was disappointing.
No,
it was cool, but I'm love.
No, I don't know, man. You're watching the match, okay, man, expecting us to fuck up. That's it. So, they play such fucking atrocious football. There's no system. There's no midfield. It's just a gaping hole. These guys can build the ball up. Our guys at the back, they take 20 touches, the 5 of them, with the keeper, and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Then they don't know what they're doing. Then they just, I don't know what happened. Then they boot it forward or some shit. Like, there's no one in the middle to help. What is the point of this back ball shit that they keep doing? The only time things look good and they don't do it again is when they boot it to a Aubameyang. That's the only time things look like something.
You know, that being said, one of the things...
When he hit the crossbar, was like another boot to him. The Martinez chance, even this the free kick, the red card, it was getting the ball to Aubameyang. This other nonsense of fucking around with everyone at the back, passing, getting a touch of the ball 20 times.
Yeah. You can see how effective that is, though. You can see how effective that is.
Yeah. You know, one of the things I'll say about having Martinez as opposed to Leno is he's able to spot good passes from the back. I mean, the number of balls that he played from the keeper right to the front, it was amazing. It was good. It was beautiful to watch, but we are not Manchester United. That's not how we play. I'm sorry. I support us now because of the fluidity, because of how.
But tell me what happened. How many times did we have the ball with the defenders when no one else was getting the ball, or we get the ball, it goes backwards. Xhaka gets someone else gets to the front. It goes back.
Center of the park again. The center of the park again.
There's no one there.
It wasn't
empty.
It wasn't really good, and it was a weird formation that he played. You know, it was like a 2-2. You know, with 2 strikers, 2 midfielders, and then I don't know. It was strange. I don't know.
The formation was supposed to be a 4-3-3, but to me, for the most part of the game, I didn't know what the formation was.
Yeah,
it was
weird.
It was a mess.
Really strange. Because there was, but for me, Saka, the kids did well again. You know, as
Saka is better at the. I hate to say it, he's so good at the back.
The thing is,
look. I enjoyed watching him. I still question Tierney because as soon as Kola came on, there was a bit more solidity at the back.
Yeah, I don't think that guy's ready. Tierney. I think that injury.
I don't think he's ready.
But Holding actually looked a lot better. Martinez and Holding looked really good.
Holding, especially with the aerial balls.
Yeah.
With the aerial balls, he was good. He gave us that little element that we missed at the back, where you have a tall defender that can just clear the ball, all the aerial balls. So that was good.
And do you think we were missing Xhaka? You think he wasn't great, but he was decent, I would say.
No. I think Kola has got almost a defined. He's got an identity. Kola has an identity. You know what he does. I think that's maybe that's what you see when you see him, because he executes Kola. He does. Bobo Xhaka, even Ainsley Maitland. I don't know what their jobs are. Like there's nothing that Tierney, even maybe he's still young. He's unlucky with injuries. He hasn't given us something to work with. But Bobo Xhaka, I don't see his point. Danny today, I don't know what he was doing.
He was.
I used to shout. I was a big fan of him signing a permanent deal. I think I'm gonna go back on my like my opinion changed today. I'll be very honest.
Sorry.
But no, but how can they play? How can they play with no? We have no midfield.
Yeah.
So the ball goes from those four to the guys on the side. We can only play up the wings. If there's no, it can't go to the middle. When Southampton, we're coming in from the middle, from the sides. So now we can only play up the.
Sorry, Kuma. I just want to welcome Nobile.
Oh.
Welcome, bro. Welcome.
How's it, gents?
Thanks for joining me.
Hey, Shapuze Machi.
I'm alright, gents. Can't complain too much.
We can't see you, Machi.
All right, sorry, man. You know these technological, some of us technology is showing us still. This thing allowing. So I just downloaded this. I've been using
away.
Machi, we can see you now. What's up? How you doing, man? It's been a minute.
I'm alright, gents.
Maybe you just want to weigh. Maybe you just want to weigh in there. How you feeling? First win.
I caught first win. Obviously it was a hard watch, guys, to be quite honest. But at the moment, I think we'll take whatever we can get and try build for next season. I think right now it's just more about damage limitation, trying to see it out to the end of the season, try to make Europe if we can. But at the moment, out of all the teams, I think we're the weakest. If you look at any of the teams above us, barring maybe Sheffield United, who are also going through a bit of a wobbly patch, there's no team who I can look up at confident and say we've got a chance of catching these guys and beating them, in terms of league positions moving up the table. So, it's one of those, for me, it's one of those where I've kind of written the season off, and it's more about trying to make it out without as many injuries or there's as little injuries as possible, and trying to see this whole period and for Arteta to maybe start using this as a building block for next season.
Yeah, hopefully get some dignity there.
Get some dignity back. But sorry, I wanted to. So I think you were talking about just using where we were playing a lot down the width, which I think was down the wings, which I think was kind of Arteta's plan for this match. But the one thing that wasn't working was that Bellerin, I think for me, who could have been a key to him achieving the strategy of being able to play out from the back and use the wings, was struggling to make forward pass. So we were losing a lot of balls where Bellerin had an easy pass, he was giving the ball away quite a lot, actually. I don't recall him making a good forward pass at any stage of the game in the first half or in the second half. And a lot of our play was breaking down on his side, where he would take an extra touch and then try to play it. And if he plays it, he'll get either blocked or he'll play it straight out into touch or he'll play a bad pass. And for me, I could kind of see how, if it was implemented correctly, how the strategy, how the formation would work. But it wasn't working purely because I think the personnel we have at the moment aren't really that strong. And yes, our midfield is quite weak at the moment. And I think Arteta is trying to negate that because it doesn't seem that we've got the players on the bench to change anything. And it doesn't look like we've got the money to go and do anything in the summer, it seems. So I think, if anything, this midfield we've got at the moment is probably what we're going to carry on having next season, guys, to be quite honest.
Yeah, it's a hard pill to swallow, I suppose, but we got to
because I mean, even when
guys, but this thing,
even like Ceballos Ceballos today was poor. Like if you look at some of the times, look, I mean, it wasn't as shocking as Bellerin, but there were also instances where he could have released the ball quicker, where he could have played the ball forward instead of turning back and playing back to his defense. So another thing that I'm also really struggling with or unhappy with, it seems that the guys are lacking a lot of confidence. They're not bold. If anything, they're very conservative and they always try to play the safe pass. They always look backwards and sideways all the time. The balls tends to be played between the midfield two and the back two or back three, where it was today, pretty much. And that's it. The ball will have 6 or 7 passes literally being played, not even, probably 10 or so passes being played amongst the back 5.
No, that's what I said before you came on. That is, you can't watch that shit, and then it goes nowhere. Then those guys take the ball, then they're already shooting, Bona.
Exactly.
They take the ball from us, they're already shooting. But now, 20 minutes later, everyone's got 5 touches at the back. The keeper's got 20 touches. Nothing came of it.
I think the other question I have is, what are we doing during practice? Like some of the drills. Do we have drills? What are those practice drills? Because for me, the way we play today kind of gives me an idea that even during practice, we don't do the right kind of drills.
Yeah.
And also to support what you were saying, the decision making was appalling. I mean, when you can easily spot a pass, a guy will turn around and play to the back do some stupid shit. It was bullshit.
But again, man, your boy Xhaka is also very guilty of that, of like choosing the easiest, the least creative opportunity.
Yeah,
he did it with Aubameyang at one point. I think he chose to give it to Laka.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think the one great pass he made today, though, Kuma, the one great pass he made was when he played it, I think, through the defense to Pepe was making a run behind the defense, and Pepe played it back into the box. That was a good move. That was the only time I think I saw Xhaka do anything great in the match.
It still feels like maybe they're not achieving Arteta's tactics. You know, I feel like maybe they just can't. Or I don't know. Maybe it's like he's.
Keisha, I want to say this though. Sorry. I feel like this midfield disappearing. It started. What's his name? It was big with Emery. No, and it was the same thing. It's like we carried on that weird midfield. It happened to them.
Like a working midfield as opposed to a creative midfield. You know, and
or being non-existent. If you go to our videos, only the dudes come to the middle. It was with Emery. They do it. It's like what is?
See,
I think what I want to say. Shout out to Papa, but sorry, last thing. I never saw this shit with Wenger. Like there was a midfield with Wenger. I don't know what happened after he left. The same dudes, 90% of the same people were there when Wenger was there. So when he left, they were like, okay, fuck. Also midfield's leaving too. The same clowns are there.
I think we
played like a team that was deliberately trying to sabotage the coach. That's what we played like. Yeah. I mean, that's how we played.
But Wenger talks, but still, like to go back to it, I think like essentially our transition play is slowed down a lot. We're not moving the ball as faster as we used to and more creatively. And I think Ceballos is supposed to be that creative effort, but I think he passed it on to Xhaka or tried to release the ball faster because he was in such deep position. Then Xhaka now has to be the creative guy, which I think any Arsenal fan knows. Like, it's tough. You rather just give him straight passes, he'll get it to you, So I think the front line, I just wanted to touch on the goal. But sorry, just before we go touch on the goal, Koketso, what's happening, bro?
Hey, how are you? How's everyone? It seems like before you go,
are you in your onesie again?
No, we're not going.
No, today I'm not in my onesie. I'm trying to switch on the camera, but it seems like me and my worry for all of this technology, I've blocked the permission of my camera.
You didn't want Google spying on you. But maybe
one question
before we carry on. Sorry, Koket. So maybe before we carry on, you maybe just give us your 2 minutes on how you feel about up till now. How you feeling? First win. In a while.
The past 2 matches has got me really so angry at Arsenal and depressed, and it feels like I'm in Groundhog Day because we keep on talking about the same things over and over. This match was an improvement, a big improvement. I was glad we had a keeper also who can hold on to balls. I know you guys disagree with me on that. I don't know. It's kind of. Besides that, I am wondering if that Arteta is the reason. There's a reason why Arteta is the coach and not us. I remember how we were so angry about this kid starting in the first match when we got back, and some questioning. Yeah, I guess this is the reason why we are not the coach, and Arteta is because I saw a couple of things that he has been speaking about.
That was my next point.
I saw a lot of things that Arteta was talking about for a while.
I'm still not happy with Eddie anyway.
I'm not happy with Eddie, bro. Willock is like another fucking.
These guys, these kids. Yeah, these kids they're all right, bro. They're not good. They're not like the quality we used to produce of youngsters. These, for me, are like Southampton level. There's literally no
Yeah.
difference from what
They
you saw
kids, they babies.
from these guys and the youngsters Southampton had on the field. The cut and paste is the same. So and that's not really the level that you. For me, that's not the caliber of player you need to get to the level we want to be at. So for me, the players we've got at the moment, quite literally, and the youngsters we've got, reflect the position we are in the league. We can't say we don't have a right to be in that position. We should be higher up.
No,
on the
Peter,
league
you
table,
just hit
because
us
if you
with
actually
truth
look at the
bombs.
personnel we've got.
You know, Nobile, you're right.
So-
The players that we have reflect where we are in the league, but the salary bill that we have doesn't reflect that.
Doesn't.
Because the
Yes,
salary bill is much higher. That's what I have a problem with.
Yeah.
I have a problem with that.
So let's go to the goal, all right? Okay, but firstly, this game felt like every other team that played against us. Normally, they will score, we'll concede a goal like that, passing out from the back, the keeper, Then they
Well,
got a
that's
red
what I thought was
card
gonna
toward-
happen.
Then they got a red card towards the end. I was like, wow, is this what it feels like to have a red card for your team? It's like, damn, okay. Is this what it feels like? So going to the goal, as much as we can criticize kids here, and I get it, he's still a kid. He does work well, but you could see his rage. He just doesn't give up. And I think that's something that Arteta sees with him. It's like I would have started Guendouzi today because of his fight, but instead of discipline reasons, maybe people will disagree with me, but I like.
What has Gunduzi done the past two matches? What has he done?
He's going backwards. He's going
I
backwards.
can rephrase that by what has our midfield done in the past two matches, But I get you. I just like his running ability and his effort. By the way, sorry, let's just go back to Nketiah's goal. What did you feel, like I know we touched about him, but it was a weird goal. I didn't expect it to happen.
It's a goal. What else is there to say?
Okay, no.
Yeah, you're almost like, okay.
Exactly, I suppose. It was a weird one. It was a weird one.
There's a problem with this. I don't actually care about the goal. I have to agree with Mobile on this. We all had the same break as everyone. How the hell do we come back playing worse than everyone? We actually played like a mid-table team between 20 and 10. We really deserve to be there. I see the goal and everything. When did Arsenal become like this, where they really depend on such luck and stuff? Like, yes. I don't know how to put it as...
Okay, so wait, I'm just thinking about the midfield. I'm like, both Santi, people who can hold the ball. Like, everyone's scared. I think the point that everyone's scared. They touch the ball. They don't want to hold it for more than 2 minutes. Yes, it says they want to take the ball from me, and we're gonna concede. Let me pass it backwards. No one's holding the ball, trying to make something. Hey, shit, fuck! Oh, fuck! I got the ball. Fuck! Who's here? Oh, fuck! Go backwards.
It's that high press. It's hurting us.
People used to hold the ball and run forward, man. These bitches motherfuckers.
So the only reason
talking about oh no, go for it.
So, okay, I was going to say that the only reason why, Keish, the high press is hurting us is because we play the ball so slowly. There are instances, I think in the first half, and you could see it like almost just after we had been dominated in the initial stages by Southampton, I think there were two opportunities where we literally played a quick ball. We literally played a quick ball through, and Aubameyang was in, or Saka was in. Or sometimes you would just run off offside. Or you'd just be offside. So, for me, it's things like the problem with us is that we allow the press to affect us because we don't move the ball quickly enough. And we've got players who can run in behind, but we hardly ever play a ball through to them. How many times do you see Aubameyang making runs and Mustafi will play some use of ball that goes straight out into touch and you see him dejected and you'll see him sometimes start off with energy the first 20, 30 minutes, make a few runs, the ball doesn't come to him and then he stops running. And then after that,
it's all game, bro. That's all game. Last game, the game before.
That's what I'm saying. Though that's what, for me. So that's one of the key issues. Is quite literally the speed of our play and the pace we play the game. It is too slow, it's too labored, and it's too safe. And guys are afraid to try the risky path. By risky, I don't mean that playing a nonsense square ball which can get intercepted in midfield and the guy runs straight into your back three. But what I mean is that a progressive pass where you're trying to thread the eye of the needle into the box, trying to get a man in
and
behind.
it also feels like
and if it pays off, it pays off. If it doesn't, sharp, you've lost the ball, but at least you're trying to make a pass to get your player into the box. And if you lose it, it's fine, But at the moment, it seems it's slow, it's labored, it's safe.
And it's also like there's no drawing off a man, where you hold the ball up, draw a man.
None of that. And the thing is that also the things that we're praising about the youngsters we have, going back to the youngsters, for me, should be givens in the football team. You shouldn't be saying a guy is working hard, therefore he plays. No, this is not, guys, we're not playing, this is not Burnley or, no disrespect, but I mean, this is not Norwich, Burnley, whatever. This is Arsenal Football Club. We're not, the Arsenal that I know, or the Arsenal I believe that I still know, is that for us, it's about quality. It's hard work. Yes, supplement. It's quality rather, supplemented with hard work. It's not that you are a hard worker. That's a standard.
To come back to your point about about Bellerin, one of the reasons why Pepe wasn't able to make those runs also down the right was because Bellerin was too weak at the back. He wasn't giving him the support that he needed to make those runs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On the left also, Tierney was too weak to allow Saka to make those runs. So we had both our wingers tracking back, always to try and help at the back because there was a hole at the back. And I think for me that killed the creativity and how we were our ability to turn over the ball.
So
I think
I'm with you, but one of these guys, Southampton, they were moving the ball in front of our goals. Like what they got they know they know how to play soccer. Like it goes to the side, it doesn't work. Kick it back. Those guys were moving the fucking ball in front of our box. Arsenal can't play like this anymore.
So you know what I realized with the Bellerin thing. I think Maitland-Niles and Pepe link up. We spoke about this prior in the beginning of the season, that who was a good link up. Remember, it had Chambers there. They had Maitland-Niles at a stage. And for me, it looks like Niles was the better, I'd say, provider. Maybe Bellerin's a better defender or what. But, I think in terms of if you want to really give Pepe the freedom, you need somebody to link up with him on that wing, especially playing that tactic,
but it seems to me that with Maitland-Niles, I don't know if he's got an agreement with the coach or something, but it looks like we're not going to be playing him at right back. Because, anyone, I saw in many groups I was on, and I've been speaking to a lot of people, they're like, at the moment, honestly, it looks, we should be playing Maitland-Niles there. Give him a go, because in all honesty, he couldn't play any worse than what Bellerin has been playing, especially from going forward. Yes, defensively, Bellerin has been okay. And he hasn't been sterling, but he's been all right,
He's
but
not the Bellerin
in terms of going forward, in all honesty, I can recall maybe 10 times where he gave away the ball, where for me it was a routine pass which could have set us on a counter attack or already built up our attack, but you would lose the ball literally, and then guys are straight back into our back four, back three.
Nah, he's gone backwards, bro. The boy's gone backwards hard.
He's come back a lot worse. Also after the break than what he was.
Maybe
he wasn't already playing
again.
He wasn't playing well already. He wasn't playing well already to begin with. But we going into the break. But that we could he was coming back from a long injury and whatnot. And after the Chelsea performance and everything, we thought, you know what, maybe he's starting to get back into swing things. But also since that break, he's come back and he's looked like he can't play anymore.
I think you hit the nail on the head like there. I think now we realize we have subpar players and we're expecting Wenger performances, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, that's a valid point, because we can only do as much as we can with the players we have. Because the whole thing was the midfield. We can add more creativity, bring in an Ozil, bring in somebody more creative. But we've shown that it doesn't necessarily work with us. You know what I mean? It's not. So my question to it is, what do we need to change this? Yes, we won. Look at it. We played a little bit more attacking football against Brighton. And then today it was a chess game. I was telling them, it's like watching chess, like in Nketiah's goal, then you just please God, let us score a second one. Because, if these counter, it's 1-1 now, And funny enough, if they won, they would have squared us up.
At one point, I said to my wife, if we were playing a better side with better players.
I thought
This
that
would have
as
been
well.
a bloodbath. We
Yeah.
would have been hammered hard.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I think-
with this kind of performance, there's no way we're going to beat teams like Tottenham, which we still have coming. Though I think
And
they're
Liverpool
we're
and
playing at the
Leicester.
Emirates. Oh, and Liverpool, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think we might as well,
Liverpool-
let's just write off those 9 points because we're not going to get
Liverpool's gonna touch
We're
us.
not gonna
bruh.
get
It's
all of
gonna
it.
touch us in an unfair way. In an uncool way.
Okay. Yeah.
Yo, we're gonna get it, yo. Hi guys, we're gonna get it. But one thing, like I said, Borile, man. Like I said, pissed me off with that free kick.
Yeah, I should have been Aubameyang.
Aubameyang had a chance to get the 50. What the fuck is this petulant motherfucker doing trying to take the free kick? Like Aubameyang
come on,
is too nice to this
No,
guy.
but wait a minute.
Aye,
Laka's taking a couple of good penalties.
But
And also Aubameyang is also taking a nice free kick.
Yeah,
But he's got
no,
an
it's
opportunity here.
fine.
He's
And
got an
Laka
opportunity here to do it.
Look. We're trying to win. We're
No,
trying to
Laka
make,
doesn't.
we're trying to make look, Kumo, we're trying to win. We can't be looking at individual accolades here. It's about the team. So let's
He's more rusty anyway. He just caught on the pitch.
but-
What is he trying to
but-
kick?
To
What is
be
he trying to
honest,
kick?
he took the free kick. He should have given Aubameyang the follow-up. You know what I mean? Because he went and hit the follow-up as well.
No,
You know what I mean?
give Aubameyang the free kick. Aubameyang scored free kicks, bruh. You are rusty. You just came off the.
You know what?
Have you seen a picture of them sitting on the
Doesn't
with the
matter. And
umbrella?
look, at the end of the day, we ended up putting it at the in the back of the net.
Okay.
What?
We're gonna
No,
go
he's
off topic
very-
here and talk too much. Yeah, I know us. You know. So
No, he doesn't to Aubameyang a lot. Aubameyang is giving this guy too much love, and
loss.
he doesn't return it.
I just
doesn't
want to get
return
in
it.
Coquetso here. He's been quiet for long. I don't know what's happening there. I'm worried.
It's
Coquetso-
just internet.
I've run out of words. I really have run out of words with Arsenal. And it really feels like and I keep on saying that it sounds like Groundhog Day, people. We've
Yeah.
been talking about the same things. And right now, at least we've moved away from Groundhog Day, and we've finally admitted that we've got a nonsense of a side, where half of the players they are not good enough, and it looks like Lacazette has given up and is really on his way out. And then Alba also halfway through the matches, sometimes he kind of goes out, screw them. So we're stuck in this way, like we're going, what? Okay, just sell them all again. Let's start all over again. Sell Laka, sell Alba. Let's play with the kids. But what I'm saying is that right now we're in this position. Are we gonna get relegated? Maybe, maybe not. So let's just play the kids.
Nah,
let's
we
try
cannot,
new
man.
methods.
Let's
Try
possible.
poking around. No, what I'm just saying, people, have you seen our fixture list? Maybe let me just get at you guys. We've got Wolves, or after Norwich this weekend, we've got on the first. We've got Wolves, Leicester, Tottenham, Liverpool, Watford. And Watford is not afraid of us. So theoretically, I guess the only point that we might be able to take is Norwich. Currently, right now,
And they beat us at the beginning of the season.
And they pulled a double over City. They're actually not that bad.
They could do that. They could do the double over us, and they've got the ability to, because they play very quickly as well. They play very quickly from the back, and they've got players who can get in behind. So I mean, especially teams like them, Leicester, they thrive against us. They've got guys who can harass you, who will get in and test the pace of
Brighton
Mustafi.
did a double over us. Brighton did a double over us.
Hey.
Yes, they can actually do it. Brighton did a double over us this year.
Bro,
You're gonna say Norwich it probably would.
Did you hear
if we keep on playing like this? The biggest problem with Arsenal is that we are winning right now, but we've got so many holes at the back and so many.
No, we are not winning right now. We just won.
We just won.
We won one out of three. So we're not winning. We just won.
So that's what
we're winning over here, man. It's a massive dub.
I'm tired of watching this match at the edge of my seat, wondering when are we going to win? Let's go. When are we gonna fall apart?
Bro, there was more intensity in the commentator's voice than in the game. You know what I mean? I had to wait for that to realize, something happened, because it was tough, bro, to watch. You know. So
no, but even the commentators were like. But they were alluding to us losing. They were like, Southampton are gonna get it. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, there is a chance.
Kumo,
Southampton's the better
There's a
to come back
chance.
to your point.
They're getting closer.
No, Kumo, to come back to your point, there was at one point in the game, the commentator says, at this point, this is when Brighton
Yeah.
is back at Arsenal. Let's see
Yeah.
if today
Can
Arsenal
they
will
hold
hold it
on?
off. I'm like, what the
Can they
hell?
Bruh.
Uh,
Benta Club, bruh.
but I mean, for me, what also illustrates really where we are at the moment is look at how we set up. We were set up to play as if we are playing one of our rivals away from home, and we were hoping to walk away with a point. If you actually look at the formation, the lineup we picked, the substitutions we made, it was really, when we got that lucky goal we got, it was about shutting up shop and making sure we don't concede rather than looking for the second, and put this game to bed and really taking it to a bottom half team, and for me, that kind of also indicated to me that Arteta is aware that actually, if anything, we're not the team that he thought we were, and we don't have the players that he thought he was signing on to get. He inherited a whole lot of problems.
Well,
and I think it's just dawned on him now just how serious this issue is.
Imagine, brother, dude was at City 6 months ago. He was literally with these niggas, both KDB training, and he's like, and he just came to Arsenal the following week. He's like, he was just looking at Silva and Aguero practicing, and now he's fucking got Willock in front of him. He's like, fuck my life, bro.
Yeah, man. And now to make it worse, did you see the news the news this week about us giving Luis a 1-year contract extension? I mean, what the hell? Look, after that cock up, look, what, 2 weeks after that cock up, and we give him a contract extension. I mean,
and we're gonna sign Cedric Suarez, who we haven't even seen play.
We've signed him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
okay, guys,
haven't seen this guy play.
Sorry,
the only person I'm happy about is Pablo Mari, because I think there we have a player.
Yeah.
But everyone else, no.
Sorry, guys, we got last few minutes here. So just before we wrap up, thanks again. Maybe we can go around one positive and your player of the game. You know what I mean? If there is any. If not, we can pass it on.
Player of the game.
Yeah, it's hard. I don't know what question
player of the game is
Southampton. I mean, I'm the interviewer.
No, let me get in. For me, it was Aubameyang, bro. Not because what he did here, but can you just fucking have Aubameyang as our lone striker and Eddie must sit down? That's all I want. Just
and a positive for you?
It's something. It's a comment.
And a positive for you. What, any positive? No positive.
Oh, maybe Martinez got a clean sheet.
Oh,
it's his first one ever, right? Maybe that's...
It's the first one this year, must be.
Oh, it's the first away one, right?
No, I'm not sure. Loki, what about you?
Yeah, I guess the positive would be the away win and the clean sheet. I think that's it. Those are my two positives. Everything else was just rubbish. Oh, and I was going to be happy about this comment, though. I liked how Martinez was able to, make those Route 1 passes from the back, and most of them were spot on, so that was good.
His distribution is quite good, and he's fast.
Yeah,
he's quick on the distribution,
and also his how he plays it from the back. He's very comfortable and confident with making passes from the back. So those were the only positives.
Okay.
Everything else was rubbish.
Yeah, this is a really, really tough one. You know what? We looked a bit better with Xhaka back in the middle field. As every time he's playing, it seems like he has become our lucky charm. I don't know.
Oh, Tommy, you are starting your back.
You can hear he's saying it's hard to say. You can hear
it's also and I'm with you there, because I hate Xhaka as well. I hate him. I think, but you are right, and it's hard. It's a bitter pill for me to swallow, but
It's
So is that your man of? Is that your player? Your player, or is that with the positive?
Okay, that's a positive, I guess we won. That's a positive. At least we got something. Maybe they'll get some confidence for the next match. And maybe after, if we win against Norwich, there'll be a bit of confidence to go to Wolves and them. So, yeah, the positive is that we won. You know, that's the only way we get confidence. And then my player, I'll have to give it to Xhaka, to be really honest.
Wow.
He does very small things better than a lot of people in that team right now. He was doing the simple things right. And besides the passes that went there and there.
Are you trolling, bro? Are you trolling?
We looked really bad without Xhaka in the last 2 matches. The midfield was nowhere to be seen.
That we did.
To be honest, Xhaka should actually go play and Tenry sit on the bench right now because Xhaka's playing a better left back than Tenry is.
So, well, like, to be honest, our midfield was like 25% and today it was 30%. It's not like it was, I can wait. Like, and sorry, Nobile, just got the last minute.
You get people like Saka. Saka's not doing anything much wrong, people.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, Nobile, just before we end, your positive.
I'm going to go completely left field to Koketsu, actually. So I'd say my positive, I'd say, was our back three, because I think we were actually playing with a back three today, with wing backs in most parts, except for when we were attacking, where it seemed like we'd switch it up sometimes to a 4-3. So I'd say that my positives are our back three and us being able to cling on to a clean sheet. And I think for me, actually, my player before he got injured, my player of the match was Tierney, purely because he was playing out of position as a centre back. But for me, I saw a lot of good things. I saw him being able to cover for holding when these guys are holding them going out of position. So I was talking about, I was saying that I liked his positioning, I liked his hunger, his fight. And if anything, I think he was solid. He knew when to push on. And I think today was given a more subdued role, where Saka was the one doing, almost playing as the left wing back, bombing up and down, and he was just there to provide security. And I think he only got forward once or twice in the whole match. So, and I was quite impressed with how he was able to cover for his guys, cover for Saka when he needed to. And he barely put a foot wrong, to be quite honest, in today's game in terms of defensively. And yes, he didn't do any form of attacking, but I think that was the mandate, it seems, that he was given today. Obviously, that was before he got injured. And he came off, and hopefully he'll be able to recover quickly from that. But yeah, I was quite impressed with how he played. He was, even though it was quite conservative from him, but I think he did the job. And I think post the Man City match, where he was assigned that role, I think Arteta has discovered something, that he's got a player there who he can switch almost between, as a stopgap, switch between those two positions. It gives him that freedom to tweak his formation based on the opposition, and it allows Saka to basically play on the wing or play as a left wing back. This is Tierney, and I think he's been given a new role in the team. It looks like.
Yeah, I think maybe
almost like a left centre back, almost like a Cesar Azpilicueta, with the position that he was playing when like
a Monreal, moving into that kind of a role for us, like
yes. Remember, like Monreal when we were playing a back three.
It actually is quite nice to hear that about Tierney, because a lot of people were feeling he's not yet back to 100, So I think it's nice to hear that, and it's quite refreshing, because I feel he's a good player. When I watched him in the Scottish League or Scottish, wherever he came from, I was watching him. He was decent, and it was sad.
But what happened to this? What happened? He didn't even make a cross once, right? I don't know. Come on, what happened to the whole?
Playing as a third centre back, though.
For me, he was playing.
Oh, that's what you were saying, yeah. But even the last time, what game did he play before this? Yeah, the last game. I didn't even see him.
I think
did he make any?
Played Man City, and there, we barely got into Man City's the final third against Man City.
I was even saying they weren't even that good, City. It was just us. We made ourselves lose there.
Yeah, idiot.
But
come on. I think Saka actually. What I think of Saka was, I liked Saka. Saka was good, man.
He is.
And Saka, for what it's, Saka has to sign, bro. Out of all these other dudes, Bo Willock, Bo Reese, what's his name?
Willock, Reese.
It's Willock, Reese. Who's the other dude?
Ketia.
The real fucking gem is Saka, bro. Like
he is. And you know what? To be honest, I really feel we're missing Martinelli. I just feel like he just adds this dynamic or this kind of thing. And even Saka and him linked up so well. I'm really excited to see him come back here, see what he brings. Because right now,
But how long is he out for?
I don't know. I think
how long is Martinelli out for? A month?
I'm hoping,
sure.
it's a month. I'm hoping he's back by the beginning of next season, because they said it's a meniscus. It's his knee,
okay.
and the meniscus in his knee is child. So I'm hoping it's only like a month. Or even if it's 2 months, it's fine. He misses the start of next season.
And that boy was training hard for the first few weeks of lockdown. I was following him, and then
but I don't know why Arteta. I don't know if he had a fallout with Arteta or something. Because I was very surprised he didn't play any part in the first 2 games. To be quite honest, I thought he should have. He should have at least come on in one of those games off the bench.
Oh, was he? It's a COVID story there. Something's happening there. Because even with
or maybe he's the one who had corona.
Yeah,
maybe.
Exactly.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm serious.
I thought it was Ozil, but yeah. But
they said it was They said it was 2 dudes who had it.
You see, so it's...
But still, like, you read why even the subs against City, like we are losing, bruh. Like, put on Martinelli. Who do you end up putting on? Putting on, like, you put on, I think, Niles. Didn't you put on Niles against City?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but he was putting on, like, guys like Reece Nelson have been coming in ahead of Martinelli. And for me, based on this season's performance, guys like Martinelli should be ahead.
100.
Martinelli 100. The only guy who should be playing ahead of Martinelli is Saka. Yeah, out of the rest.
Out of all the kids,
Saka, out of all of them. Because Saka, yes, I agree. Out of all the youngsters we have, probably Martinelli and Saka for me are the only 2 who've really got the quality to actually remain in that Arsenal side. The rest, for me, are just stopgaps. They're not good enough. But I mean, they do. But they kind of reflect of where we are. No, it's not indicting them. I'm not saying that they're rubbish players or anything. But they're not. For me, they're not. You're not going to be winning leagues with those type of players. With those players starting in your starting 11. If I look at these Chelsea youngsters, I mean, these Chelsea youngsters are. A lot of them are leaps and bounds ahead of. If you look at your Callum Hudson-Odoi, your Mason Mounts, and them, they're just slightly at a higher level, playing at slightly higher level.
They're doing their thing. They're actually doing quite well.
But what is this thing, Nketiah? Because why isn't Nketiah starting in front of Martinelli? Even those 2 games, like, what the fuck has Nketiah shown that Martinelli scored more goals than Nketiah this season, right? I don't understand what.
I also don't. And that's what I'm grappling with as well, Kumo. For me, I agree with you 100% on that. Is that for me, Martinelli should be getting a lot more game time, and should be for me playing ahead of Nketiah.
I think that,
and not to knock Nketiah. I mean, he's an Arsenal boy through and through. He's got the work rate, as you guys have said. He's decent, but as I'm saying that he's not a guy who. He's not a premier. He's not an elite striker. That's what I'm trying to get. He's not an elite player.
100%.
He's a good squad player. Yes.
Are they saying because is it Laka going? Because it sounds one of them is gonna go, right? Laka and between Laka and what's his name and Oba.
Yeah.
So is Laka gonna turn around and be for this kid? Is that a decision from the top where like how do you justify this to Laka? How do you tell Laka, you bench for this kid?
That's the other thing, bro. I think it's performances at the end of the day. You have to look at who's performing. It's not like Nketiah is performing. The problem is I think we're stuck in a position where we got good players and we got youngsters, but the performances are not reflecting anything. Like today, we had Aubameyang, Pepe, and Lacazette on the pitch, but Willock and Nketiah scored. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird, So it's strange, but I don't know. Maybe it's like, it's like in business there's change management. And shit happens now. We in this change period. United went through it. City's been going through it, you know what I mean? But it's just, I think it's just too hurtful for us, because we're also losing our style of football at the same time. So it's like a very big change for us, We're not using the same quality or grooming the same quality of players. Our style of football is not the same. Even at the times where we weren't the greatest, our defense was average, which was doing jobs. But, even our center defensive. So I think now it's a bit more of a shock to the system now that you see that it's like people, like it's a whole new regime here, bro. You know, and I don't know. We just got to take
but the Martinelli thing is touching me now that actually I think more about
it's your son, you know, who doesn't want their
Yes.
son to play.
But it's touched, bruh. Martinelli, bruh, it's touching me now. I don't get this. Eddie, I see Eddie. He's done his things, but and Martinelli can play on the wing, and Aubameyang can play in the middle.
I think
That's the benefit that Martinelli can do both roles. Eddie can only do the middle because he's got no pace or no skills. Martinelli can do that shit and do it on the side or the middle.
That boy, he can do everything. Like him and Saka,
Why
I feel
invest-
at the most.
Yeah, why
players.
invest in Eddie when Martinelli is fucking the thing? He can dribble. He's got pace for days. He's got fucking ice through his veins. That Chelsea goal, like, yo, bro, the amount of shit that Martinelli has done is actually, it has to be the Rona. He must have had Rona here for him to sit those 2 matches. And then they play Willock in front of Martinelli. Again, you're like, what in the good? Reese in front of Martinelli. Reese. It's blowing my mind, bro. Martinelli, it's a campaign. There's a sabotaging of Martinelli. And I won't stand for it.
Maybe he is the one that has it, but the thing is, I think the transparency is not there. They're not really telling us what's going on. So we have to come up with our own conclusions and stuff. So it's a bit annoying.
Bruh,
but at the end
you know
of
how
the
many
day,
teams would Martinelli will improve any team. But Martinelli will improve any team, bruh.
Yeah, I agree with
any
you.
Team Martinelli, any team in the EPL would take Martinelli in a heartbeat, bruh.
Yeah, it's just, you know, and even though we won, it's still disappointing. But anyway, let's
no, but we won in a sloppy way, bro. We won with no style, with no system,
but
just
with no creating no chances.
Creating no chances. We won without
we
creating
literally
chances.
won. We kept it. We literally, it was like almost like a classic
United.
No, not United. You know, like when we see these teams that will come to Arsenal and nick a victory.
Oh,
you know, like how West Brom, not West Brom, sorry.
But
you know, like how Brighton.
It was West Brom.
You know, like how Brighton beat us at home. It's exactly how we won today.
No, but I get what you mean. It's like the West Brom, like those bogey team wins where they get like a penalty on the line.
But we didn't make any chances. Were they clear shots on goal apart from Aubameyang's Lutang crossbar hit? And that's there's a save. There was no shots on goal. Like we won.
They were so off
come on, guys.
Today. They were so off target. But there was one thing they were commenting on, that the Heat, they haven't played in the summer like this before. So it was like,
people are winning 3-0, 4-0.
Me and Nobila from Durban, we've been playing. 27 degrees is the best time for soccer. What you talking about?
No, bro. How many excuses must these guys be giving?
Yeah, but guys, we have to close it up. But thanks so much, appreciate it for joining us on the call. Guna Cast Social Distant Fan Views. Hopefully Brazen opens soon. I don't know when, but
you guys are not going to see me at Brazen anytime soon, bro. Maybe you'll see me in October.
I'm scared of Corona, bro. I'm scared of Corona.
I'll dial in. You guys will dial me in.
If you get the shield, could that work though? If you get a shield, Nyana.
If you get a shield, we're coming.
No, the problem is when we win, we're all gonna hug each other. You know what I mean? Start shaking hands, or we score a banger goal.
Just dab it out.
But thanks, guys.
No, man.
At
least we won, bro. Fuck everything we won, at least.
It's 3 points. I think it's needed. And I think maybe a sloppy win is the kickstart or the kick in the backside that we need to, continue on to better performances. Look, I know you guys are going to hate me. David Luiz is back after this, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. All I know, there's a long ball somewhere there and a red card. So we'll just have to see. Anyway, guys, be safe. Thanks again.
All right. Peace, yo.
We out. Good cast SA.